Hey people, it is Thursday, February the 17th. Time is 11:30 in the morning, and the temperature is currently plus 2 degrees Celsius with some light rain. And I'm right at the corner of my street in Dundas St East. And my apartment building is literally just a 2-minute walk up that way. Not even 2 minutes, a minute and a half maybe. So I thought for this one I would walk past all my neighborhood grocery stores in one walk. I think I have about 8 grocery stores, full-size grocery stores within a 15-minute walk of my building. And I thought it would be fun just to walk past all of them as I make my way around the neighborhood. Some people live in a food desert, while I live in a food swamp, being I have so many full-service grocery stores all around me in pretty much every direction. So I'll start off going to the one that's second closest to my apartment, and I'll end the walk at the one that's the closest to my apartment. Here we are at Dundas and Sherbourne. There's a look south down Sherbourne Street. And as you can see, they've installed this heavy-duty steel fencing here. This used to be a spot where people would congregate underneath these awnings here of this apartment building, and I guess people in the area complained enough, or residents of the building, that they installed these fences here preventing people from hanging out underneath there. So we're walking towards Regent Park right now. Now, even though this grocery store up ahead is the second closest one to my apartment, I don't come here all that often. And it's been raining all night, which is very nice, and the temperatures were mild overnight as well. Melting a lot of the snow that was still laying around since our big blizzard a few weeks back. But unfortunately, right on the heels of this mild weather and rain, we're getting another dumping of snow. Starting tomorrow, I believe. Or even late tonight. The temperature will go back below zero. And precipitation will stop being wet and will become snowy. And we might get 15 to 20 centimeters of snow in the city. I'm hoping it's more on the low end. Ever since the middle of January, we just can't seem to escape the snow and cold for very long. And we've already reached Parliament Street, and this is where the first grocery store in the walk is. Well, this Freshco is fairly new. It opened up as part of this phase of the Regent Park redevelopment. And it's quite modern and quite nice, actually. Good selection. And good prices. But as I mentioned, I just don't come here all that often. There are two grocery stores that I frequent. And we'll be seeing them a bit later. So now we're going to head north along Parliament Street. So that only took about 7 minutes to walk to the Freshco from just down the street from my building. And there's looking into Regent Park. It's barely raining right now, but it's just enough to get my camera wet if it's out for a prolonged period. So I'm kind of forced to keep the umbrella up. If I was just walking around not recording, I wouldn't even bother with the umbrella right now. Now we're about to cross Gerrard Street and come into the Cabbagetown neighborhood. And we're almost at the second grocery store already. So this is the main retail street of the Cabbagetown neighborhood, and I've come through here many a time in previous videos, and I think I've even ended a couple of videos in front of the grocery store up ahead. And here it is, no frills. This one was actually probably about the same distance from my apartment as the first one we looked at, the Freshco. I think around a 7-minute walk or so. And I don't come here that often either because, to be honest, I don't really like this grocery store all that much. Quite old and cramped, and not the most pleasant shopping experience. And there's always huge lineups, and everyone seems kind of annoyed to be there, both customers and employees. So I only go there on rare occasions. So we got 2 down and a bunch more to go. I think I'll head west along Carlton. Now when I go grocery shopping, since I'm a pedestrian, I only get maybe a bag or 2 that I can just carry home. I rarely ever get more than that. Whatever I can carry on foot is usually the maximum that I'll get. And I just go back when I need more. There's the 506 Carlton. So we're in Cabbagetown West right now. Alright, let's take this residential street, Ontario Street. This will take us up to the next grocery store. For the purposes of this video, all of the grocery stores that I will be walking past are no more than a 15-minute walk from my apartment building. Most of them are less than 15 minutes. I think there's one that's just about maybe 15 minutes. I do walk rather quickly though, more quickly than most people, so a 15-minute walk for me might be a 20-minute walk for someone else. Winchester Park and the old Winchester Public School. These are some very nice old inner city residential areas here. The historic row houses. And these ones I don't think are historic, but they're built to look historic. These ones actually are historic here, as in dating from the 19th century. And look what we found. We found grocery store number 3. Food Basics. This one is the grocery store that serves the St. Jamestown community. There's actually 2 that serve St. Jamestown. We'll be seeing the other one in just a few minutes. And like the no frills on Parliament Street. I rarely come to this one for similar reasons. I find it to be old and cramped and a very unpleasant shopping experience. I've only come here a handful of times in the 11 years I've lived in the neighborhood. So now we're walking right through St. Jamestown. And I've mentioned in some previous videos that St. Jamestown is the most densely populated neighborhood in Canada, and possibly in the United States and Canada. Ooh, very slippery here. My umbrella just went inside out. Because when you're walking through an area with so many tall buildings, it suddenly becomes quite windy. And here's the other grocery store serving the neighborhood, the Fresh Co. And like the one at Dundas and Parliament, this one is also fairly new. I think this is the newest one in my entire area, actually. And it's quite modern and pleasant and spacious. But I don't come here all that often because it's one of the furthest ones from my building. But still within easy walking distance, of course. This is Sherbourne Street. Well, that's it for St. Jamestown area grocery stores. So we passed by 4 grocery stores so far. Not sure what's happening here. We got several police vehicles here. Some beautiful old row houses here. This is Earl Street we're currently on. And some modern addition row houses here, but they look quite nice. They fit in well. I'm not sure if they demolished some historic homes to build these. And walking across some very slippery ice here. This old apartment building is called the Earl. And I pointed out the house on Sherbourne Street that was the setting for Kenny versus Spenny, but that began season 2 of the show. I think season 1 they were located right around here. I'm not sure exactly which unit, but this was where they lived in season 1 of the show. And they moved to the Sherbourne Street location after that. Right, now we're at Jarvis Street. So we've seen about half of the 8 grocery stores within a 15-minute walk of my building. So we're going to take Gloucester Street here over to Yonge. There are several more grocery stores, I should mention, that are just beyond that 15-minute radius. Maybe it would be another 5 or 10 minutes at most, but I don't ever go to those ones, so I'm not including them in the video. So here's Church Street. This is a rather long light. And it didn't even turn green for me, so I'm just going to go. It counted down, and then it didn't turn green. It just, on my side, it just stayed green on this side. I'm thinking those are one of those weird intersections where if you don't push the button, it's like you don't exist as a pedestrian, which is quite ridiculous. Especially in a dense downtown neighborhood with lots of pedestrians. Maybe not right now at this moment, but normally. And we're just about at Yonge Street. Here's some interesting new public art. heading south down Yonge Street. We're going to go down to College Street and Carlton to find the next grocery stores on our walk. Here's Wellesley Street. I don't think I mentioned that today is the first day that restaurants and cinemas and other businesses are allowed to go back to full capacity. So that's good. It's a long time coming. I mean, it's happened before, but then it was rescinded. So now it's back, and hopefully back to stay this time. And on March 1st, the remaining restrictions will be lifted for large venues such as arenas and nightclubs. Well, they'll be allowed to go back to full capacity. They're still capped at 50% as of today until March the 1st. Then after March the 1st, the only remaining mandate will be masking. And I'm thinking maybe by the end of March, that one will also be lifted. All right. So now we're just about at grocery store number 5 and 6. So here we are at Yonge College. This is College Park. And inside College Park there's a Metro supermarket at this end. And at the other end of College Park, closer to Bay Street, there's a Farm Boy, which is the newest addition to the downtown core as far as large grocery stores are concerned. So I do sometimes go to the Metro. It's just right around the corner inside the doors there. And I've only been to the Farm Boy one time just to check it out after it opened, but I haven't been back since. And I think the Farm Boy would be almost just about at the 15-minute walk from my apartment. The Metro is maybe more like a 12-minute walk. So now we're on Carlton Street, heading east again. Now, anyone who's been watching my channel for some time has definitely seen me refer to this location many times. This is the Maple Leaf Gardens Loblaws store. And I come here probably second most. And this is a rather enormous and high-end grocery store. And this is maybe about an 8-minute walk from my building. There we go, my second favorite grocery store. And now that only leaves one more. So now we're walking south on Church Street. So now we're coming into the Ryerson campus. And the last grocery store on this tour is in the heart of the Ryerson campus. And I don't think I've walked this fast recording a video in quite some time. And just up ahead is Gould Street, which is where I'll be making a left-hand turn to take us to the last grocery store on the tour. And the closest one to my apartment, and the one I go to more frequently by far than any other. Which is another Metro. This one is no more than a 5.5 to 6 minute walk from my building. It would be shorter if I didn't have to go around to Dundas or Gerrard. If I could walk straight through to my street from here, it would probably only be about a 4-minute walk. But I'm forced to go around to either Dundas or Gerrard. So here we go, the last grocery store. Within a 15-minute walk of my apartment, grocery store number 8. And I'll be going in here right now, actually. So I hope you enjoyed the walk around the grocery stores in Ken Continuum Land. Hitting 8 grocery stores within 15 minutes walk of my building. So if you enjoyed this food swamp tour, then leave a comment below and like and share and subscribe. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal and via my merch store. And you can also find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue.